this is not a fairy tale. This is about real witches. And real witches don't ride around on broomsticks. They don't even wear black cloaks and hats. They are wild, cunning, detestable creatures who disguise themselves as nice, ordinary ladies. So, how can you tell when you're face to face with one? Well, if you don't know yet, you'd better find out quickly. Because there's nothing a witch loathes quite as much as children, and she'll wield all kinds of terrifying powers to get rid of them. Witches by Roald Dahl. And we have Ayan with us to discuss this real roller coaster read. Hello, Ayan.
Yo, I'm Ayan. I love reading and have already read 125 books this year so far. I've read all of the children's books by Roald Dahl, and Witches is probably my favorite.
Wow, I'm super impressed by the numbers. Okay, coming back to witches. The portrayal of witches in Roald Dahl's Witches is truly enigmatic and magnetic. It generally defies, the conventions that we think about normal magical beings. I wonder, how did the author manage to weave an unforgettable tapestry? Because there is a touch of allure in it, and there is a chilling aura in it, and it captivates the readers. I would say it haunts the readers long after the book is closed. What do you think about that?
Roald Dahl's portrayal of witches in Witches is a masterful concoction of creativity and imagination that leaves readers spellbound. Interested, not turned into mice. His secret recipe is a pinch of childhood wonder, a dash of humor, and a whole pot of ingenious storytelling. Firstly, he taps into the vivid imaginations of children by presenting witches as real and truly menacing. By making them exist in our everyday world, he blurs the line between fantasy and reality. Sometimes I would look at people and wonder if they are witches. That was so unsettling, mostly for the people whom I was staring at.
As we accompany the young protagonist, that is Luke, on his extraordinary journey, he faces a lot of challenges. He's pitted against the cunning and malevolent witches. And these encounters are really, really harrowing. Which experiences did you find were the most horrible?
One of the most dreadful moments is when the boy witnesses the Grand High Witch's sinister plan to turn all children into mice. This revelation not only exposes the extent of the witch's malevolence, but also serves as a catalyst for his determination to stop them. It's so scary, he's hiding, and I could feel his fear. Another truly horrible experience is when he himself is turned into a mouse. This transformation is not only physically jarring, but also symbolically significant. It forces him to face that he has become a mouse, and that will never change. He will never be just a boy again, and he has to stop the witches as a mouse.
I agree. That was scary and truly chilling. Now let's talk about the Grand High Witch. She emerges as I would say, an awesome villain. She's imposing and she has that nightmarish quality about her. Did you like her as a villain?
The Grand High Witch emerges from the shadows. Her presence is like a nightmare given form. Her malevolence is suffocating, a heavy darkness that settles over the room. She revels in the terror she inspires. Her once human face melts away to reveal the monstrous creature beneath. Her eyes, cold, gleam with a sinister intelligence that sends shivers down your spine. Her lips curl into a wicked smile, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth.
And now let's talk about the climax. The climatic confrontation, had me at the edge of my seat, and I felt that, oh my god, something's going to happen next. It's a very good climax scene, and it sends shivers down your spine.
The room is bathed in an eerie flickering light, casting elongated, sinister shadows that dance on the walls. The air grows thick with tension. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind makes you jump in your seat. The Grand High Witch's laughter makes your heart race. Read it for yourself, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Ayan. You have been one of our constants in Bookbibuli platform. And we have been trying to curate reading guiding programs, and you are one of the first children who have been at the receiving end. How do you think you've fared with us?
I love Bookbibuli's curated reads program. It's helped me and a lot of other kids figure out what to read next. I probably never would have been able to read so many books this year otherwise. I've used this guidance to read as many books as I can, and because of curated reads, I could reach 150 books by the end of the month.
Now that we have talked of all the chilling experiences, Ayan, let's speak a little about love and guidance and all things nice and sunshiny. Let's talk about the grandmother. The figure of the wise grandmother is a beacon of love and resilience. Uh, Beyond her endearing persona, her character is not only of a simple familial person, it is also like a moral compass. It gives valuable life lessons and imparts timeless wisdom, and especially for us readers. Did you feel that as well?
The wise grandmother in the story is more than just a family member. She's like a shining light guiding everyone. She doesn't play just a typical family role. No, she's a source of wisdom and love that helps everyone, both the characters in the story and the people reading it. She also is shown as something of a mentor to the boy. She helps him and even the readers learn that no matter what, you can't change the past.
What Roald Dahl deals with in the book is the theme of transformation. Transformation, where children are turned into grotesque creatures by the malevolent witches. And this is the disturbing premise of the book. What's your take on it?
I'm gonna make this too complicated, but the fact that the children were being turned to mice was hugely disturbing. As creatures, mice are supposed to be timid creatures, which quite possibly is what the witches wanted. Also, children are being compared to and treated as rodents. That was super jerky. I hated it. I wish the transformation would have made them dragons so they could burn the witches.
Throughout literary history, Dahl's works have endured as timeless classics, cherished by generation after generation. As you close the last chapter, which book is your favorite Roald Dahl's book? The one that you would recommend to all your other friends?
Closing the last chapter of Witches feels a bit like coming to the end of a delicious chocolate bar. Satisfying, but also leaves you craving for more of Dahl's literary magic. If I had to pick a favorite among Dahl's enchanting creations, I'd have to go with Matilda. Who wouldn't want the ability to move things with their mind, especially when dealing with villainous adults? And as for recommendations, I definitely tell my friends to dive into James and the Giant Peach. After all, who doesn't dream of embarking on a fantastic journey inside a giant fruit? It's a peachy adventure they won't want to miss. Though personally, I would have preferred to do it in a mango. Sadly, there's no James and the giant mango.
Thank you, Ayan, for being part of the show with us today. It was a wonderful time we had.
Thank you for having me here. And now I'm gonna say bye before the high witch comes to know that I've spilled the beans.
Down with the children, do them in, boil their bones and fry their skin. Fish them, squish them, bash them, mash them, break them, shake them, slash them, smash them. Offer chalks with magic powder. That's what I think Roald Dahl's High Witch would be sounding like. It's remarkable that Dahl mixes scary with funny. The best part is that the book doesn't sink into the morals. The feel-good factor is lasting. It has recently been adapted into a movie, a rare case where the movie was nearly as good as the book. The book's language is interesting. Has to be. It is Roald Dahl. And the fun part is when the High Witch speaks, like you heard her speaking a little while ago. The role plays that can be enacted from only that accent are numerous. And now it's time for Bookbibuli Read Reco. Younger children might find it scary. I would definitely advise parental guidance. The ideal age to read this book would be anything between 8 to 12 years. The predecessor would be BFG, Matilda, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And an apt successor would be Howl's Moving Castle. The takeaway from this book would be courage, resilience, and facing whatever life throws at you. Not to miss, don't take chocolates or sweets from a stranger. After one is finished reading, you close the book with a sigh and a satisfied feeling. One of the few books which resonates with our motto, better read, read better.